the poet. I'm doing poetry and shit sometimes. I might start gaming on here too soon. You know, we gotta get to it. That's what we're working on. Right now tonight we're gonna have Conman. I know y'all seen my IG. He's a producer. He's done some drill shit. He's done what was it, EDM shit. Okay, that nigga is dubstep. That nigga he is Skrillex whole time. Whole time. Okay, whole time. He's Skrillex little brother. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not even sure how this dude looks.
I don't shave the head like that though. I got the hair, but the left side's still intact.
Oh my goodness! But look, y'all, I want y'all to know this. Like, this is a very important episode to me as a new content creator. Okay, because this is the first episode I've had a cracker on, and I'm extremely excited. Like, what? What?
You find broadening horizons, bro.
Like, what? Broadening my horizons. We got a white boy. Okay.
I'm pleased to be the first white boy on here. I'm happy about that.
Look, man. He's still working. He's working on his camera, Marcus. Give him some time. Give him some time. But I want y'all to know, like, this is really an honor, because I thought the first white person to be on here was gonna be Groupthink, because I love that nigga. That nigga music fire ever since he was rapping. But you know, we got Conman.
No.
That boy Conman is gonna be the first one.
I gotta appreciate that then. Damn.
You hear me? So
if I'm beating him out,
hey, you know who Groupthink is?
Heard of him, yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I like you already. As soon as you get your camera on, it's up. Okay, but you know, before you even get your camera on, you know, we're still working on that. But I do want to start off with some questions. Okay, the audience will be fine with just seeing my beautiful black face for the time being. So, I was told by the founder, the CEO of Iconic Records, that he gave me some fun facts to ask you about, you know, to help me out so I can, you know, question some of the artists, especially you. So,
for sure. I'm sure he's got good ones for me.
Okay, so I was told that you're the only person on the record label not allowed to say the N-word, obviously. You know, It makes sense. Okay?
Yeah, reasonable.
I heard you just got your master's degree.
Yeah.
That's some real wicked shit. I fucks with it. Cause I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get just like you. Well, almost like you.
Bro, it's work. It's work, man. It's work. But it's fucking worth it, man.
I'm working and trying to do that right now, and it's killing me whole time. Crazy business. But so you're a producer, and you work very closely with a lot of artists, and I think that is so dope that you're able to capture the sounds that they want, and also give them the sounds that you want them to rap or write to, and really get your vision out there as well. And I want to ask, like, how is it for you to be working with artists that are like 10 times your size? I was told you like 5'2".
No, I'm taller than Marcus even. That dude lies. He walks a liar out here, man. I'm 6'6". I'm a 6'6", good 280. I'm a 270 on a bad day. Don't let me have a burger and fries.
320 on a bad day. I hate it here. Oh my goodness. But no, seriously. So how is it working with artists so closely and trying to capture their vision and also bestow upon them your own?
Man, my favorite thing about it, it's like throwing a party for somebody. You know what I mean? You ever done that where you set something up for somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and then just having them see what they do with it, like see that shit just go completely off, and have it be something gorgeous. I mean, sometimes it's a shit show. Sometimes some bad things happen and some situations arise. You got to make adjustments, but a lot of the time when you're building it for somebody else, it's something really, really gorgeous. It just comes together really well, and you see that person in like the little things they want to change. Like, I mean, a good example, like I'm working on, I don't want to tell too much, but I'm working a little bit with Jay Onyx on a track, and I sent him 2 versions of the same idea. And then now instead of a 1.5 minute long track, we have a 3 minute long track that's just both the tracks I made. So it's cool how it lines up. It's interesting to see what he's gonna do with that. I'm excited. And I like the concept that he came with it, and it just is outside of the box thinking, things like that. You can see people like the way they think about stuff just by what they want, and that's my favorite part of it.
Okay. So that's really dope. Because you're actually the first. Yeah, I think you're the first producer I've had on, like just straight producer.
Oh yeah,
So that's
I've
dope.
I've I've got one. I've got like 16 bars out there. It's not released yet, but
Hey, go ahead, drop that shit in.
let me put it in the messages.
Oh shit, we gonna play it after the stream. Say less. Look, I ain't gotta ask that question at the end. So
But honestly, like, so the best part of that to me, like, it was the idea behind doing that in the first place was I was just trying to find uh like what kind of sound I would want in that realm, right? You know, I was really like, okay, this is the general vibe of what I want to go for. And so I was like, I'll make something up and spit it out so people get where I want them to go. And uh Ewok hit me and like saw it and was like, yo, let's just keep it that way. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't really rap. I'm not, I'm not like, I'm not good with that. And he was like, whatever. Tried it
I
out,
mean,
heard it back. I couldn't complain too much.
hey, honestly, I think I think you being mainly a producer that does rap every once in a while would be dope. Like I don't know too many producers that are consistently hopping on tracks. Like the last producer I can think about at the top of my head who's been rapping and producing for a long time is Kanye.
Hmm.
So I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and like I'm definitely not trying to be Kanye. I couldn't handle any of that shit. That dude's life is a fucking wild mess. He lived a great one. I can't. I'm gonna step back and just
Oh,
have everyone else have fun. I'm just wanna help the fun happen.
hey,
But yeah,
understandable.
bro, well, and like I don't know, JPEG Mafia, like Peggy, like his shit. I didn't
That
know,
boy thing, fire.
bro. I didn't know he produced so much as much as he did. Like he doesn't do all of his tracks, but he does enough where I'm impressed. And you look at like
Yeah.
late in his life, Mac Miller, R.I.P. Dude was doing most of his tracks, and
Please,
then
please, you're gonna make me cry. Stop it.
oh, he did a
That's
whole
not
album for
fair.
with fucking Vince Staples, and that was gorgeous. I just the dude, like I would love to be able to rap, but like I don't want to because I don't want to put myself in the
Understood.
league of these people because I'm not, and I got to be honest with myself on that. I know where I'm at, and I know what I like to do, and it's as much as I love rap music, I'm not going to be a rapper. I don't have the life knowledge for that. I don't have the experiences that tell stories that I really think are interesting in the context of rap music. You know what I mean?
Okay, understandable. I feel that. That's hella dope. I'm glad you know who JPEG is. What?
Oh,
I love JPEG Mafia, bro.
bro,
That dude is fire.
I'm all over Peggy D. I honestly, I gotta be 100% about it. The only reason I knew about him was like 3 or 4 years ago. I caught him on Kenny Beats show, and I was like, oh fuck,
Mm.
this dude is like really dope. And I just started to kind of listen more and started to get more and more into it. And then it's at a point I finally realized when I was talking to my friends about him and like bringing them songs they haven't heard of, I was like, I'm like into him now. Like this, like I'm a
Honestly,
fan.
my first time listening to Peggy was that color show that he did, and I was like, okay, I'm really messing with how he performed the song, and it was mostly it intrigued me because I wasn't expecting him to perform the song like that.
Hmm.
And then when I went back and actually listened to the song, I don't even remember what the name of the song was. Thug Tears. Thug
Yeah,
Tears.
yeah.
He's freaking screamed it on Colors. When you actually listen to it, it's nothing like that. And I was like, you know what? At that point, I gotta listen to Pay. Like, I gotta see what this man's talking about.
Dude, he can put his own vibe on anything. And like,
Facts.
that and he can be funny, he can be like genuinely catch you in something that you're like, wow, I didn't think I was gonna feel anything about that. He's got talent. He's he's quiet, man, though. I don't know. I'm surprised people don't know more about him.
I feel like because he's from Flatbush, New York, and I feel like New
Mm.
York's rap scene right now is very much drill orientated,
Mm.
and when I say drill, I mean like it's like a mix of Chicago drill and UK drill rap. And
That like
I'm
that weird offbeat
yeah,
snare shit.
yeah, like when I think about New York rappers right now, I'm thinking about Sleepy Hollow, Chef G, um, 504. Like I'm not
Mhm.
a lot of people aren't thinking about JPEG right now, and that's because he's just not the sound that is popping in New York.
Yeah. It blows my mind like growing up with like Joey Badass being the face of New York. Like I mean like
Hmm.
after Jay-Z, everybody after all the big names are gone and done and then like New York was just in a
A
kind of
Luke,
in a
a
spot.
Luke
Yeah.
Combs.
They're looking for the next guy and it was Joey and it's like having to go from like Joey to where they're at now. I'm like, "Damn, that's a change, bro." I mean, Five
Yeah.
Fresh Zombies were kind of in the middle, but they never really got that mainstream success that like is really the
Hmm.
thing. Blows my mind, man.
Okay, so I have a question. Since I can't see you on the screen, I gotta ask.
Yeah, sorry, camera broke, bro. I'm a grad student, dog. My money is low. I'm talking. I have $75 for the next 12 days.
I feel that. I get paid once a month. So,
That's the worst. I feel you. It's the worst.
man, let me tell you, my look, man. I tried to buy some medicine in there, so let me go ahead and move some savings over because this is looking bad.
The
I
fucked up thing
said,
about getting paid once a month, you're like, damn, like you have a week where you're like, I'm rich, man. Look at this shit. Like I have money, and then all of a sudden, you're like, oh wait, no, I had that thing that goes in the middle of the month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I got that bill at the end of the month. Oh, okay, yeah.
you know, like I
By the
got
end,
3 weeks left with $100, like crazy business.
yeah, you're staring down the 30th, like, bro, I just want one cup of ice cream. Like, ha, please.
So,
Begging the
wow,
froyo
please.
dude for 30 cents off. Just like, come on, man.
Oh my goodness. So since I can't see you, I gotta ask, man. Do you
Yeah.
wear hats often?
No, not really. My like
Okay.
this is gonna be the
Be-
whitest shit you ever heard, but
Okay.
I do
Go
wear
ahead.
I'll wear a Scottish driver cap and only when I play golf.
A Scottish driver hat? I don't even know. I gotta look that shit up
Yeah,
because I don't even know what
driver
that
caps,
is.
dude. They're really specific.
I thought I was specific when I saw only wear dad hats. Oh my god. You
It's it's kind of like late 2000s Samuel L. look, like that kind of cap, but front ways. Not I can't wear it backwards because I look like a dipshit.
you be walking around in these chimney sweep ass hats.
I d-
That's
only
crazy.
only when I golf, and honestly, it's mostly because love of my life, my girl got it for me, and eventually, at one point, I'm like, I've held on to this thing for like a year and haven't worn it. I should just put it on. Now every time I go out and golf, she's like, "Oh, are you gonna wear that hat?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I
Oh
think
my goodness.
it looks good in like certain contexts, like St. Patrick's Day. And that's the only one that I can like off the top of my head, but I'm trying to be
Oh
a little
my
quiet,
god.
so I don't
I
want to sleep
need
on the
you
couch tonight, so I got to keep the volume down on that one.
I need y'all to like start recording studio sessions like how Kenny Beats does, and
Mm.
I need you to wear the hat every time,
Oh, I'm
hundred
down
percent,
for it.
every time.
I
Okay,
deserve to be laughed at.
so also, do you have a lot of tattoos on your arms?
I got one on my left forearm. I got one on my chest. Left side
I'm
of my
asking
chest.
these questions for a reason. Though.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna get to the reason soon. Okay, so do you have a beard?
Yes. I
What
didn't
color is
until
your
this
hair?
year. My beard's red. My hair is brown red.
Oh, so what I'm hearing is that you're Kenny Beats' little brother. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
serious, bro. No, I got the tattoo in the same arm. Like dude. Okay, one week I joined a beat battle, and to try to fucking just so this was annoying. Marcus didn't know. I messed it up. I had gave him the week prior, so I didn't have any support in the chat. I had nobody there like who knew who I was. Nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. So my way of getting attention was in the Kenny Beats Discord. I sent him a photo of myself. Hair up, beard full, arm out, wearing a cap. Like I'm over here just trying to look like him. And the
Oh my
best thing
god.
is, it took one hat. It took one hat, dude, and I was right there. One hat and a black tee. I look just like the dude. And I sent the photo, and he put it up for a little bit on the stream. And I swear to God, that's where I got like 50% of my votes. I want to think like 50% of them were because my beat was good, but like 50% of the votes, I swear, just came from that photo.
Oh my god. There's probably a video. There's probably a picture of you somewhere on the internet. And like, if I'm looking up Kenny Beats right now, and if I see a picture that's a little bit off, I'm going to assume it's you.
Bro,
I'm going
I,
to assume.
you're not gonna be wrong. Here, let me see if I can get a full body photo to at least put up if my camera's not working. You want to vet it first?
Oh my goodness.
Fuck out of here. No. I refuse to let you vet my shit.
I know, y'all know Marcus be in the background, and I know he can just call him what I think he called him. Oh my god! I know he didn't just call him what I think he called him. That was wild, wildly atrocious. Oh
Would
my god! Oh, that was wild.
Okay,
There's just no way.
I don't have a pretty picture. Yeah.
Hey, this
Yeah,
is my
yeah.
first time tuning into the interviews, and I'm going to say I'm sorry for interrupting these shits all the time, but fuck this Kenny Beats lookalike, okay?
Oh my god!
Bro, you can
Did
come
he? Did
down.
he? Did he
I'm
call you
beautiful.
daddy? Did he call you daddy?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
Gee, I was ready to say that was wild.
This kid is my son. I
Oh my
promise.
god.
Marcus can come here and talk. He can talk. He can get big with me. He's my kid.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just trying to rile him up at this point, man. I'm just being a shithead.
Twitch,
Okay.
Twitch, we
So
gonna get this we gonna get this channel canceled because Twitch, I swear to God, I'm gonna stab him.
hold on now. Those are fake threats. Twitch, no one does anything.
It's
I'm
in
over here. Why
Minecraft.
am I looking this way?
We doing it in Minecraft.
You feel me? So look, okay, conman.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say congratulations on being engaged.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
that way out of left field. That shit was wild.
Hey, look, man. Look, I want to congratulate the people that come to my show on anything, all their accomplishments, man, because all of them are important. I heard that you are, messing with the closest thing to a black woman. I heard like you're messing with like Armenian girls, the black girls with white girls, and I support that 100%. Um,
Man, she's the only white woman in her workplace too, man. It's a very interesting scenario.
oh my god. Okay, because I definitely asked, were you married to a black woman when you said that you were engaged, and I found out that you were white. Because I didn't. I found out you were white 5 minutes before the show started. Straight up.
No
Straight up.
shit. That's funny as hell.
Okay, and I was just thinking, wow, another white producer, and I gotta respect it because they've been putting out heat, man. The colonizers been colonizing the fuck out of beats, and I gotta respect it, 100%. That shit
See, my
fire.
my goal is I'm trying to do that like post-colonization, decolonization drop off. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Gotcha,
I,
gotcha.
I'm trying to keep it like in the hands of the people that make it. Unless I made a beat
Gotcha.
that I really like and I know a motherfucker's gonna do well on it, and then I'm like, no, this is you're doing it. I'm sorry. This is just how it is. This is a good beat. This is for you. You like it. Go.
Okay, okay. So you be forcing black people to sing and dance?
Okay, okay, okay. Now that's not what I said.
Okay. Oh my God. Look. Okay, we're done. We're done. I'm done. Oh my goodness. This is great. So I'm glad I'm getting all my white jokes off now because I don't think groupthink would appreciate them. Straight up.
man,
Okay.
man, I got
The
like
group.
the thing with me about that, like, if anyone's gonna get made fun of in 2022, bro, come on, like people, I mean, comedians and shit have been punching down for years. Let white people like if white people can take a joke, do it. Take a joke. I can take a joke. If these people
Yeah.
online who complain about like, oh man, like they hate white people and man, white people are the butt of every joke. I'm sorry, learn to fucking take a joke and move on, man. If you can't take a joke, you can't have fun. Have fun. Take a joke.
I want you to know you sounded like Shaggy when you said, "Come on, man." Um, and I'm a huge Scooby Doo fan,
I
but
got, bro. I got a Shaggy shirt upstairs. Like, I'll put it on.
if only I could see it.
Hmm.
It's okay. It's okay. I just know I'm a
Yeah.
huge Scooby Doo fan. Like Scooby Doo's my guy. I don't know if it's Funko Pop is in viewing order, but it's somewhere up. You can see it up there maybe. But so, what type of producers do you look up to as a producer yourself?
I think over time it really developed. Like in the beginning, I didn't really know. When I first started making beats, it was like GarageBand. I had just started really listening to Wayne and like Wiz and the stereotypical fucking, white kid from the suburbs learning rap music shit. So I didn't really have somebody I like really loved. I didn't know many producers. I didn't know anything. And then when I started making music and so I started DJing when I was 16,
Damn,
15,
that's an early
16.
start.
Yeah, I was in a weird scene when I was a kid, man. So I was like, so I'm big, I was 6'1", 240 at 15. So when I'd pop up in a place, I would just kind of be there. So at 17, I got like my first gig outside of a house. So I was doing house shows for like half a year before then.
Okay.
Um, and then I started getting gigs at like after parties. So I'd be up 3, 4 in the morning, mostly like, I mean, this was like the peak of dubstep, right when like EDM trap, like that EDM trap style was coming out. I was
Hmm.
really into that because it mixed my two loves, which were hip hop and ED, like dance music. It meshed really well. Started doing some house music, especially when I was doing like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. slots. Um, I think up until I was like 19, 20, I was really doing a lot with DJing. And I was really just in that electronic space, and I loved it. Like I played a couple festivals. I was almost before the venue fell apart, I was almost a house DJ for a venue in town. Like I would have been just any day they needed someone to play or some music, just bring me in, like 40 bucks an hour, real good work for just 2 or 3 hours, walk away with a solid paycheck. Um, And so I think like initially my first people I really like really, really loved were like UZ, Brills, if you've ever heard of them. He's kind of fallen
Yeah.
apart. I haven't heard of much from him. But they're all kind of like EDM trap stuff. But then when I started to look at like hip hop again, I had this whole new lens after coming from like looking at it from just wanting to be a producer and fucking around a garage band versus actually producing music and making things and knowing the process that goes into that. And then that's when I really started to admire people like Alchemist who can use like all the
Mm.
old school tech, but like bring that like they bring new sounds to old tech and then bring the old school to new tech. And I love that. That shit's amazing to me. Kenny obviously was a big one for me starting off. Like when I was learning, he has a lot of tools, I think, especially like in his Discord, his setup. he's got a lot of tools to help people learn how to produce. So he was kind of a jumping block for me to get from dance music into hip hop, where I'd kind of started, like,
Gotcha.
15 trying to make hip hop beats, but I'm a 15-year-old white kid who's got like minimal experience with any of this shit. I listened to like hip hop music exclusively for like 4 years and still did not get it. And it just took me a little bit to kind of bring my head around to it. And I think coming back after dance music, like that whole refresh, listening to Alchemist, listening to like people like Mac Miller who made their own, produced their own beats, and the stuff they're able to do, that all kind of made me realize, like, damn, like this isn't just like throwing loops together and making something work. This is art. Like you have to really work to make something. You can't just take oh okay, I found a guitar loop. Oh okay, I found a piano loop. Oh okay, I found a drum loop. Now I got a song. Like no, that's not how it works at all. And that's where I started to really thrive in and like look at like, the guys I was talking about, like they all really brought me into this new level that
Mindset.
I'd love. Yeah, exactly. Just changed the way I was thinking. And
Okay.
that's where I fell in love with it with them, man.
Okay. Okay. So you've been producing since the age of well, DJing and producing since the age of, like 15.
Yep.
That's crazy. When you were
Yeah.
talking about like bringing old and new tech together, you actually sparked my interest because there's an artist, and his name is Jaden Smith, and I can't remember what album it was where he already released it, but he like re-released it, and it was something different about the music. And I can't remember what it was. Like he had used like a different sound, or like it was just the electric album. Like he made it completely like electric,
Ooh,
and
that's
I'm
wild.
not sure. I'm trying to think because like if you ever heard of Sire was one of his albums, and then he re-released it with Sire, the Electric album, which is an EP, and the sound is just like completely different. After the show, I'm down for us to like listen to it. Like
Hell
last
yeah.
episode, I definitely had them listen. I definitely forced Marcus and freaking Jonathan Argus to listen to some of the music. So I'm definitely down to force you to listen to some.
Bro, I would love to. I love any new exposure to music just makes my day.
Hey, say less. I would play it here on stream, but I'm not trying to get copyrighted. I'm not even sure who Jaden Smith is
Right.
signed with.
Mhm.
Okay, he might be signed to himself, but I don't want no issues from Jaden,
Right.
and I do not want his daddy to smack me. So let's keep it pushing.
About to come out left field. Keep my son's name out your motherfucking mouth.
No, oh God, like I'm good on that. Like, I'm not trying to deal with Will Smith. That boy fought off vampires and robots. Like I'm not equipped to handle that guy.
Yeah, dude's
Um,
been in every scenario you can think of.
facts. That's why he's such a great actor.
Mhm.
So you've done a lot of genre hopping. Is there one that you like hold closer to your heart than others?
Honestly, it's like kind of dead right now, and like I don't know. There's gonna be some fucking EDM head that comes out in left field and is like, "Fuck you, Kanye, you're a liar." But like trap music and EDM is dead. There's no producers anymore that I can think of that are really like changing anything. Like the genre's not
Mm,
updating. It's stagnant. It's just, well, what if we could make hip hop beats where there wasn't rapping? And it's like the motherfuckers already do that. There's a million of those. And you're just putting, dance music synths on it and calling it the same thing. But I think I really like that stuff I really hold dear. Like Brills, there's a um Buku, a lot of these guys who had this really limited, like, I mean, like 2 years maybe of where they were, like not headlining, but they're on the top of festivals. They got like big sets going. Like Bauer was huge for a minute. RL Grime, and they still make kind of trap music, but it's never going to be the same as it was then. But that
gotcha.
that time period I hold really, and that genre at that time period I hold really dear to my heart.
So basically, you're like, if you feel like it's just remained stagnant and like there's no growth or change. And do you feel like that's because what's popular has changed, or do you feel like it's just a dead genre, and it's going to take years for it to come back and like actually, grow into something?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like I think like if you look at you look EDM right when Skrillex was starting to get popular, right? Raves were not a cool thing. People looked at everyone there, drugged out, crazy weirdos, all that, And now, like EDC has always sold out a ton, but you look at those other festivals, Electric Forest, Bonnaroo gets even huge electronic lineups now. Like all these
Mm,
huge, massive festivals will have big electronic lineups, and uh, it's changed kind of the realm of it. Like it used to be where you kind of come together with people in your community, things come together, you all work together to make something beautiful, and now it's a lot more commercialized. And I think
got
that's been the death of trap music is like there's if we can get the same reaction in trap music with like Ferg's albums are EDM trap beats essentially. Um Wild for the Night, fuck there's one off the Schoolboy Q album from Oxymoron. I don't want to say these killed it. They definitely brought it to a different level, but because of that also now people look at trap music and they're like, well, if it's just this, then it has to have a rap on it, or it has to have something kind of like dubstep like, or something to really set it
you.
apart. And I
Because
think,
right, because so it doesn't feel complete.
yeah, and I think what I think is the problem is that people are overthinking it. Like, it doesn't need all that. Like, you look at
Mm,
people like, you ever heard of Mr. Carmack?
I do not believe so.
He started off with some like real funky shit way
I'm gonna
back
be
when I
real
was
with you.
DJing.
Like EDM and dubstep during that time period, I was in my black emo phase, my alternative phase.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was literally just Skrillex. I was Roughneck was my shit.
No,
Um,
he's fucking yeah. Skrillex is fucking dope, man. I think the hate he gets from the EDM community, stupid as shit. That dude
I
made a
think I
statement.
think I think a lot of people are just upset or were upset because he was the he was the biggest name out of
Yeah.
that era. Like no one else was making the waves that he was making,
Mhm.
except for maybe I don't know. I'm not really familiar. I'm gonna be real. I have a really very like a large taste in music, but I've never thought about where songs belong in what genre. I just listen to music,
Yeah.
and like I'm not sure if he counts in this, but like Calvin Harris,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I put him in there. I mean,
yeah,
EDM, it's a
Calvin.
broad genre, man.
So like Calvin Harris and Skrillex, like the only ones that are big, and Calvin Harris is like I feel like towards the end of his wave. So
Hmm.
like they're like the biggest name, so of course they're gonna receive hate. Drake is the biggest name in hip hop and rap right now, and he receives a ton of hate.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely true. And I,
It
I,
just
I
comes with the territory.
thing that bothers me about it is that it keeps going. Like I hear people still talking about it, and it's like, man, he's done. Like I mean, he's not done, but he's pretty much done. Like I don't know why you got to keep going at a guy who's like done so much. I think some people are just mad that like electronic music got mainstream, and it's like, who cares?
Yeah, because when things go main, but the whole point of becoming an artist and listening and like making music and trying to do stuff is to garner support and notoriety and sometimes money and fame. And with that, it becomes mainstream. So like
Hmm.
they did what they set out to do. And I want to piggyback off when you were talking about earlier with festivals.
Hmm.
So you said you've done festivals. What festivals have you done so far?
A couple small ones. I did one in what the fuck was the name of it? So this was actually like the festival was mostly around this real niche EDM genre called psytrance. It's like a genre within it's a subgenre, genre within a genre. Like there's
Got
that
you.
whole trance thing. Calvin Harris kind of touches it a little bit, where you have just like four on the floor, but it's that kind of nice, happy, bring you up and everything's good feeling, and then it lets you down really easy and smooth. And this psytrance is more kind of it's faster usually, and it's more like I think they call it psytrance. It's supposed to be more like a psychedelic experience. Like
Mm.
shit's in and out constantly. It's never really stopped, but it also never really starts at a like it obviously starts when the DJ starts, but when you're in the middle, you can't really tell when one song is starting and one song's stopping, like what's really going on.
You're just like immersed in it, and you're just there in the moment.
Yeah, and at that time, I felt super out of place because I was like all of bass music, like that was my thing. I loved big, heavy bass, and
I
there
see
was a
why you
bass
got into
stage.
hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And there was like a bass stage, and it was nice, but I had a noon slot. And then the fucked up thing about that festival, I had a noon slot, and the dude who was supposed to go before me, who was a buddy of mine, I don't even know what happened. I haven't talked to him in years, and either he just got like too fucked up the night before, or got tripped out and left the festival. But I had to play a 2-hour time slot that day, so I had to go from like my original setup, which was supposed to be like airy, happy, future-based stuff, to this like transition into like heavier dubstep and bass. But it kind of worked out well because it was this 11 a.m. to noon, was waking people up who had slept in and getting this stuff going, and then it kind of tilted over into like, okay, now it's afternoon, you get some heavy bass, day's starting, get ready, get prepared, have fun, get your lunch in, let's go. And that was a great time. The other ones, there was one I played in Falconwood Park in Omaha, and I forgot the name of.
Omaha, Nebraska. I'm
Omaha,
sorry.
Nebraska, baby.
Every time I hear Omaha, Nebraska, I gotta say it.
Oh yeah.
So I've never been to a festival myself. I've only been to concerts, and I've only been to 3 concerts, and 2 of them were, one was Chris Brown, which was a pretty decent concert, and another
Yeah.
one was J. Cole,
Pre
which was
post.
it was
We talking
what's that?
pre or post Rihanna, Chris Brown? Because I might have some.
It was
Might have.
post. It
Oh.
was post. I
Oh.
was in high school,
Oh.
and my
Okay.
mom got the tickets for low,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I give you.
yeah,
You get 2 excuses then for that. If you got tickets on the low and it's in high school, you good.
yeah, I was in high school, man. And then the J. Cole concert was the Forest Hill Drive tour, which
Hmm.
was immaculate, gotta say. Another concert I went to was a Hurt Everybody concert, and I'll show y'all them later on today. Just know I am a huge fan of Hurt Everybody.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
group from Chicago, fire, love them. I don't even think Marcus heard of him because he has, he ain't as cool as me, you know.
Nah, not quite, man. He needs to get there.
But their sound is really dope, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm gonna have him share his screen so he can watch it on his screen because that's
Shit.
what you got to do. So my next question for you, Mr. Khan, man, what inspired your stage name? I wasn't even gonna ask this question because I'm like, Jesus, that's a he gonna. I don't want him to expose his extremely white name. Like that's crazy. But if you want to, that's up to you. Like what
No.
inspired it? I heard you got a couple name changes, so like speak on them.
Yeah. So when I was 15, uh, okay, I've always been like really into big cats, like lions, tigers, shit like that. Love them. I'm a cat guy. And when I was 15, I was trying to figure out like what do I want my name to be? And at that point, I think the only producers I've heard of were like DJ Khaled, and then back then Mustard was DJ Mustard. So it was just DJ everything. If you produced, you were DJ this, DJ that. Even if you didn't DJ, you were a DJ. And so
Yeah,
I did DJ Lion Mane, and I spelled it Mayne because I didn't want it to be just lion, like a lion's mane, but I wanted the Mayne. And then I fought with a dude from fucking England who was a rapper for like 3 years on SoundCloud over this name, man. When I was 18, finally he like kind of pushed down and quit posting under that. Left the shit up just to throw people off, and I'm not mad at him. No hate. But I was like, that's a
and
little
then
shady.
you just change your name anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Because it got to a point like I started doing stuff that was so far removed from where I was that one day I sat Marcus down and I had a talk with him. I was like, man, I just feel like I'm not Lion Man anymore. I've been through that. I did everything. I'm so far past where I was when I was anymore.
Gotcha.
And I probably should have done this before we put shit on Spotify. If I'm being totally honest. I
Oh,
have
look,
I have I got 5 tracks on Spotify under Lion Mane, and I got a few under Conman. But when we thought about it, it was really just the idea was just keep it simple, keep it basic, whatever it is, just keep it there and let my music speak for itself.
gotcha.
And I,
So, is this your first interview? And is this your first interview as conman?
yeah, it is, yeah. I think I only did words Lion Man.
Yeah, I know. I found it.
Yeah.
Look, Marcus. If I switch the camera, make sure it pops up, okay? Because I found what he looks like right there. DJ Lion
Bro,
Man.
I gotta
Okay.
be. I think that couch is so gone. I think I'm 20 in that photo. I'm
Yeah,
27 now, 28 in September.
I found it, y'all. That's what he looks like. He
Wild,
found it. Look,
bro.
look. I do research, man.
I can't even find that.
And now I got it forever. So if Marcus needs it for anything, I got it.
Yeah, this is my old friend Tage, man. Shout out to Tage. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I do research just a little bit.
I appreciate that research, man. I did invent Conman. I did not like Conman at first because it seemed like exactly. So what I thought was going to be the issue, which is an issue right now, is that there's a saturated market of people named Conman, and I'm trying to
Mhm.
my goal is to rise above. And I currently I'm doing better than most people I know whose name is just Conman straight up. But it's a process. I'm slowly rising those ranks, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. I was not super duper happy with the name at the start, but it's grown on me, It was something where I just needed something new. I needed a new start. I needed to be fresh. I needed to feel like I had something going on.
Mm.
Also, funny thing in the video of the interview, I still have that same mic. I still have that same fucking
That
that
video said
same
2015, G.
yep. I still have that same mic, that same setup. I got new speakers and a new computer, and my turntables are still the same.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got a new guitar. That's
So you play instruments? What instruments do you play?
oh man, so okay, I played I started viola when I was 8. I can play
You've been in
viola.
this music game forever, then.
Yeah, yeah. My brother's 7 years older than me. He was a drummer growing up. So when I was a kid, I would always just run up on his kit and then play whatever and then e- I mean, I got to give him a lot of credit because it sounded like shit and I know it did. I've seen 5 and 6, 7 year olds play guitar and play drums and play whatever. It sounds fucking terrible but he always encouraged me. He's always like, "Yeah, you're almost there, man." And I I drummed for I was a drummer for a bit. I picked that up when I was 12. When I was 10, I picked up a bass. My parents got me a bass guitar. I got really into it. Um, then I got learned guitar and drums at 12. I play a little bit of banjo, quattro. Uh,
Pause. One, I never heard of quattro in my life. I think you're playing. I think you're saying four. Okay, because
mm,
uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
yeah,
I'm
no, no,
pretty
no.
sure you just said
It
four. And
it
I
is.
know
So it is
you.
that.
You said banjo.
Hmm.
So you could You be sitting at a campfire with a cup of moonshine and be playing on the banjo? Because if you do, I need an invite to that because ain't no way,
I got it
ain't
with
no
me,
way.
baby.
I'm down south. I'm down south. So that right there, I still haven't heard a banjo, and that just made my day. That just made my year.
Good shit, man.
Like,
Yeah, we'll catch up sometime. I'll snag a jar of moonshine. We'll sit on a porch, and I'll bring the banjo and the guitar, and we can fuck around.
whole time I just bought some of that store bought moonshine. I know it ain't the real thing, but
Oh,
I still want to try it.
if you bought it from somebody next door, it's more real than anything in a store.
Unfortunately, I don't know anyone that sells moonshine out here.
Yeah, it's hard
Georgia
to
has
find. Man.
so Georgia, I think you can't even buy alcohol at like 10 or 11 o'clock. Like,
Bro, Georgia blows my mind. I don't understand the whole state. Like
it's
it,
very weird. I can tell you that.
it's like Puritan South, but then you got Atlanta that just doesn't give a fuck, and then you got like the whole like all the rural parts of the state are super religious, but also I like my mom or I mean my girl's dad's parents are from Georgia. He was born in Athens, and so
Mm.
I think about that a lot. And he like when he gets a little tipsy, he gets that drawl, and the Georgia drawl too is way different than anywhere else in the South. Georgia's like its own little spot. It blows my mind.
And so, and I want to ask you real quick. So I'm trying to lose my thought here because Marcus just threw me off. But I'm gonna get some pulling up. So, damn, I really just lost my thought like that. That's crazy business. What? Oh my god! I really okay. There we go. I got it. So I was told that you're working on something called cul-de-sac, and I gotta learn more. I gotta know because I'm a
Yeah,
huge fan of Ed and Nettie, and that's the first thing I thought about.
I wanted to get so like the main thing that I wanted to do, and I mean this has had a million different dates put to it, but the biggest thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to get finally an album together where the beats I've made for people and the beats that I've made just thinking about a certain rapper that I know that I think they'd like. I want to put that all together. So it's going to be a little bit of a mix of rappers, my stuff, uh, and then throw a few more, a little more things in. S- I thought about doing some band shit, but I don't know. It just depends on how it vibes. I'm waiting to see what I can get back from a lot of the guys I know that rap. I'm really excited. I got like one track that's already completed that I really really want to put out with it. But other than that, man, like I'm just excited to have it all put together. I want to bring. It's like I'm bringing the cul-de-sac together, and I live in a cul-de-sac actually.
So like the whole little circle thing and everything.
Oh yeah,
That
I'd
was
like
dope.
hang out front. Kids are fucking around and kicking shit around. It's a good time, man.
That
It's
was
the
dope.
vibe I'm trying to bring to the album. Like I want to make that cul-de-sac vibe of just the hangout where like you don't gotta give a shit what anybody else is doing, but everyone's doing something outside. You're all hanging out. You're all having a good time.
That was dope, G. So I would have brought out my boy playing, but he's extremely far away, and I don't want to leave the camera. But yeah, I got a plank, and he fucking with the cul-de-sac idea already.
Shit, yeah, man. I might want to get him for some album art. Like come get some shots with him and stuff. You know.
Straight up, G. Oh my god. So man, look, I'm trying to pull up some more questions, but my computer's starting to act slow now that Twitch is up
No, you're
because
good.
I'm trying to fix something. So here we go. Let's get back into it, y'all. We only
Yeah.
got like 10 minutes left. So, hmm, hmm. Is your work, you working on music, is that your self care or do you engage in something else for self care?
I think my music It can be self-care. There's some times where it feels like torture, where like, and those are the times where I gotta stop. That's the moment where I know I've run myself dry on this kind. Because like any kind of
Mm,
self-care can be painful if you do it too much. You can fuck
facts.
yourself over if you do too much self-care in certain spots, and like it really is though. Like that's where I feel at home, man. Like it could be fucking around and jamming like metal music with friends or sitting around
I'm
making
not.
hip hop beats.
Damn, I don't. I don't listen. I don't think I really listen to any metal music. My best friend does. But if you could send me some recommendations, please do.
Oh yeah.
So I can surprise the next time we hanging out.
See, all of my shit is old shit. I don't really like.
Fun.
I
That's
don't.
fun.
I'm not a big fan of a lot of like new metal. I don't even like. I mean, going back to the '90s too. Like I just watched that Netflix documentary about like Woodstock '99, where shit just goes haywire because they got like
I
Limp
did
Bizkit.
too. I did
Bro, that shit's
too.
crazy. And like,
Dude, like
you know what it made me really realize though?
what?
Limp Bizkit is the epitome of like random white boy anger. That is just what the band is. It is just angry white dudes.
Honestly, so I've always thought about Woodstock, but when I think about Woodstock, I only think about like the '60s and you
Mm.
know
I sometimes
drugs,
sometimes say
sex,
more.
peace and love,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's because I wasn't born in '99. So when all that stuff was going on, well, I was born in '99. I was born in June '99. So
Yeah.
I was either not born or a baby, so I didn't experience or see any of that stuff. And like when I was watching, I'm like, I would have left the first fucking day.
Yeah. Straight up. That shit was horrible.
Not
And
even
they
because of the music. Like I guarantee there would have been music there I would have enjoyed.
yeah.
But once I found out about the porty potty situation and like people getting trench mouth,
Mm.
that's it. Like
Oh,
what?
bro. That part
No.
the porta potties leads. The trench mouth, that's something fucked up. But the porta
Like
potties, that's some pretty normal festival shit. You wake up earlier than 7 a.m. the day after the first day, you can't shit.
oh, I
It's
just
bad.
that's one of the reasons I can't do. I probably wouldn't be able to do festivals, and I do want to
Nah.
go to Coachella, but
Coachella's easier though. Coachella's a lot more clean. Like Coachella's the cleanest festival, I gotta say. I haven't been, but everybody I've talked to that's been to multiple always says Coachella is the most clean, most expensive too, and that's probably for a fucking reason. It's probably why they're clean. But
yeah, I want to go to Coachella, especially this upcoming year because I heard Frank Ocean's going to be the headliner,
I'd
and
I'd do anything to see Channel Orange Frank Ocean ever again.
what like Frank doesn't perform often.
Mm-mm.
So this might be the last time he decides to perform at all.
Yeah,
I gotta go. I gotta go.
bro. Nights is still like when I'm having a day, just a real fucking shit ass day. I throw in nights and just do my chores, start going, and I'm like, all right, shit's gonna be all right.
I think.
Every
What's my
every night
favorite?
fucks every day up. Every night patches the day up.
Yeah. I would say my favorite Frank Ocean song might be. This might sound bad because it's kind of newish, but biking
Okay.
or I'm trying to think what's my favorite song from Nostalgia Ultra. I can't even think of one of my favorite songs from Nostalgia Ultra. Mm, ah, you know what? Moon River is fire. That's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing cover. Biking.
Oh, so Dante said, "What's up?" Oh, I guess you can probably fucking hear me.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You ever
No,
heard of
man.
a artist named Orion Sun?
Yeah, yeah.
She covered biking at a concert and it's on YouTube.
No
Fire.
way.
Fire. Let me tell you that shit right there. She killed that shit. Like her version of it had I feel like it had a lot more energy in certain places versus Frank's. Frank's I felt like had a steady energy throughout, but hers had
Mm-hmm.
like a fluctuating energy and it was so fucking dope. I'll send you that I don't want to listen to that tonight because that concert is long. But I'll send it to you so you can definitely check it out.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, man, like the thing I always gotta like, whenever I think about Frank, like Blonde always comes to mind, but I can't get over Channel Ocean or Channel Orange Frank, because
I get it.
that came out my junior year of high school, right? I didn't
Hmm.
really listen to it until my like freshman year of college, and man, I fucking loved that shit. It was just so. It was the R&B I had been craving because I liked R&B, but I was bored of the like. I'm so in love with you, and I just want to like be with you.
Mm.
I'm like, I just want R&B that it just makes me like just numb and cool, and that's literally what Frank Ocean did. He just straight up was like, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty like fucked up and just kind of want shit to happen." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah, we're in the same
Like
spot, bro. Oh yeah."
it came out. Well, it came out in 2012. I was depending on when in 2012. I was either 13 or 12. If it was before June 12, after June I was 13. But man, I didn't listen to it until I got to high school. Of course, I heard "Thinking About You" on the radio, but I didn't dive deep until I got into high school. That's when I really started listening to music, and I was hooked from then on out. I listened to Nostalgia Ultra, so I wasn't waiting as long as everyone else was for Blonde. I think I started listening to Frank in like 2015,
Yeah.
year right before Blonde came out. So for me, them them 4 years was nothing.
hmm I
But
mean,
now I'm just
same. Like I listened to Channel Orange for like 2 years straight, and I think what really hit me about it is just like, I mean, his voice is fucking great. That's by itself. But like when I heard Super Rich Kids, so like when I grew up, the way I grew up pretty goddamn privileged, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like my dad made good money. My family was really well put together. Like we were living in a really nice spot. I like college was guaranteed to me basically. And then in 2011, he got brain cancer. And so this when I got really in and he passed away in 2011. And when I started to listen to Channel Orange, like Super Rich Kids, I knew fucking kids like that. Like I knew kids that were just so like their their parents had done everything for them. Their money was there. They were at the point where it was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go crash my dad's car. I'm gonna go do this dumb shit. I'm gonna do that dumb shit. Like we can run around on my roof, and if I fall off, I fucking fall off, and maybe I die. And I remember even when I was like a really fucked up kid who just lost his dad, just had all these fucking issues, I was still just like, there's something different about that type of shit. I don't get that. I don't understand that kind of kid. And then when that song came out, it kind of put a connection between the depression that I was feeling when my dad was sick and when he was dying and dead and what kind of they felt. It's definitely not the same thing at all, but it
yeah,
put
because
this,
their dads in that story are just off
yeah, there's
doing
just no,
whatever.
yeah. And like I knew these kids and I look at them now and I'm like, bro, like people thought you were real cool in high school. And really what it was, you just didn't fucking care. Cuz that's the same thing with me. When my dad was dying, people were like, "Damn, this kid's cool. Like he does drugs. He does this, he does that." And I'm like, "I don't know why the fuck you give a shit about me. I don't care about me." And I've grown past that, but it was such an interesting take to see the semblance on that. And I don't know, blew my mind. And I loved Earl too. Earl's verse on that is fun.
Earl is dope. Earl is dope as hell.
Mm. I
Free
still got
Earl, so it's backwards.
right. I
Free
still
nigga
got
Earl.
Shattered Dreams, man. That shit's on my fucking everyday playlist.
Man, I actually didn't get into Our Future until like they were about to like break up technically. Cause
Oh
like
fuck.
I,
Right at the end.
yeah, like unfortunately I came in at the tail end of a lot of stuff because I was very closed off from music as a kid. I
Mm.
said this I think in my last interview. I only listen to freaking Neo, Chris Brown, and Void as a kid.
That's why
Exactly.
I love her.
Like that's all I listened to. So my mindset in music was very small until my uncle he told me to listen to Mick Jenkins and Chance, and then from then on, Childish Gambino, freaking Frank, Tyler, like it just completely opened up my eyes to like so much music. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
amazing,
we
man.
are. We got like 1 minute left. Hmm. Hmm.
You want a thesis statement? Or you got another question?
I might have another question.
All right, go.
I'm thinking of one. You know what? How do you handle criticism? This is gonna be the last question, and we're gonna end it out for the night.
Love it. Honestly, so this is where like being in academia. So what I just got my master's, right? So that's 2 years of research and academic work. But I started my college career or my I guess my college career at the university in 2016. I did community college for 2 years before that. Took a year off because a friend killed herself, and then came back in and got back on the roll. And when I came in that very first year in 2016, I was like, I want to do something. I want to make a difference. So I started in academia. I've done 6 years of research. I've written papers. I've done all this shit. And my the biggest thing I've learned from all of it is how to accept even just straight negative, no construction criticism and learn how to make it constructive. So I love it.
Hmm.
I love it when people tell me what's wrong with my shit because then that makes me know I have something new to get to. I have a new level to get at. If people are always telling me, "Oh, your shit's so good, your shit's so great, like this beat is so fire, this is so good, this is so that," I lose interest because I have nowhere to go. Like, what am I gonna
Hmm.
do? Like if my shit's perfect and I'm not getting recognition, then it's not my fault. But I always put it in the mind frame of I'm not getting recognition because my shit's not perfect. I'm not getting recognition because my shit's not put together in the way that it should be. So that's how I put it together. Like, I love criticism, man. I love it.
Got you. All right, look, that was the last question. So, look, I want to thank you, conman, for coming, and thank you all for tuning in on Twitch, not Instagram. Yes, we're still working on getting the videos put from Twitch on there, and I'm still working on getting the videos from Instagram to YouTube, so you can have a complete collection of videos on YouTube. So you all can enjoy them, run them back. I'm gonna start streaming on here once I get a little bit more time, working, kicking my ass. But in grad school's gonna start with my ass soon. They finna jump me like that do Jujutsu Kaisen, straight up. Like get up, like fight back, like it's gonna be crazy. But we look, just wait, tune in. But hey, thank you all for coming to another Majestic Nights of Artistry. I'm your host, Majesty, and the guest tonight was conman. We appreciate y'all coming through, learning
Appreciate
about one of the best producers out in the game, one of the best
it.
producers
Ooh.
from the cul-de-sac, one of the best producers in
Ooh.
iconic records. Come on,
Ooh. Ooh.
we got it, iconic. Okay, we dope and iconic tonight. We
Us
majestic and iconic tonight. So look, it's up. All right,
out
y'all.
here.
I'm gone.